So you're sitting in the Theory store in New York City, and this is a project entitled Flyway with the artist David Ellis, and it's a commission of the Theory Icon project. And David has been invited to execute a week-long painting performance in the store, and all the while that he's painting, you'll notice overhead in that contraption that he's working in, we've cut a hole in the top of it, and there's a camera that is taking digital photographs of him working. So there's a bird's eye view of the entire canvas, and every 8 seconds a high resolution image is being snapped. So at the end of the week, there's a large group of digital stills that are then compressed into a video sequence or time-based media piece, so that you can see the entire week's worth of work compressed into about 10 minutes worth of time, screen time.
Basically, it's lighting and photographing the painting. It's time-lapse. And then at the end of it, we compile all these images together to make the finished piece. And with doing this, you have to make sure that you keep in mind that it's not going to be something that is you kind of do it halfway, because the final product isn't going to be this canvas that gets done. You know, he'll do one big piece and it's beautiful, and then a few minutes later it's all wiped to black and it starts anew. And you have to make sure that it's consistently lit, because the final piece is going to be in a gallery or projected in a store, and it has to look like a painting, even though it's a video piece. And the problem with a lot of video art is that people don't really care that much about the aesthetics. Most video art looks pretty horrific when it's projected or on a television screen, even on flat screens now. It still doesn't compare to an actual painting. And so our main thing is to try and make sure that this looks like a painting. And the technology is there now where you can make this video art look and compete with paintings on a wall, a canvas. And so the main thing for me is to make sure that it's all really evenly lit, so that as an audience, people aren't going to look at it and think, oh, this is done in a big space and it's in a warehouse or something like that, that they wouldn't know it at first glance. They'd think it was a canvas itself, just a painting that had been done by an illustrator. And if you didn't see David running around in it, you would think that it was actually just an image of a painting that someone had put on the wall.
My name's Roberto Carlos Lange, and I'm working with David Ellis on this project. It's a motion painting that he's doing, and I'm sure the rest of the video is going to tell you how it goes. But I'm doing the music aspect of all this, and like we've been collaborating for like the past, like 3 years, and he's always brought me in on the musical aspect of things and building things. I'm just like, we just know each other, we get along, and we just know what we enjoy to hear, and I just catch that idea of what he wants to know and hear. I mean, I think a lot of it's just like we just go back and forth. Like he asked me to do something, and I bring what I do, and then it's either sometimes like he'll be like, oh man, you'll be inspired to say an idea, or we'll just like go with it. There's no real like no initial like set plan or direction that something's got to be one way or the other. I think it's just the way a lot of these things work. It's just they build from something and end up being something else and transform, and there's no set boundaries for any of this kind of thing. A feeling, and I think that's what I enjoy, things that make feelings. It doesn't matter if it's like making you dance or making you cry, making you go to sleep, but I think that's the best part about it,
Like when you go to art school, they teach you what art is, and like it's taught by teachers who they kind of had a life that was very glamorous, and it made you think because they were in a couple books that was what you had to do. But, it's kind of like this lonely guy who smells like cigarettes and vodka, whiskey, or beer, and like he's in the studio by himself, and he smells like paint thinner, and he's courted by these big-time collectors and art galleries and museum people, and he goes out to eat with his friends, and he lives in Tribeca and owns a building. And you think, wow, man, that could be nice. But then when you really start to think about, like, that can't really exist anymore, you start to think about, well, what would really be nice for me? And I think it's about, like, doing stuff with your friends. It's like, I don't think artists really should be like that. I don't even know why they're like that. I mean, musicians, it's not uncommon for, I mean, there's solo people, and there's usually one guy who's like kind of like getting everybody together and calling them on the phone. But like, artists are like, should be more like musicians, I think, where, you know, one guy plays the bass real good, one guy plays the drums real good, one guy plays the guitar or the saxophone, one guy might sing or rap or beatbox, you know, one guy might be nice on the turntables, the drum machine, and I think nobody could be good at all those things. So, or it's like a filmmaker, you know, Steven Spielberg and them, they make good movies, but like, you know, they had a little help with the blue screen and making puppets and stuff. So, if you know a lot of people who are talented at other things, and you want to make it more fun and enjoy it, I mean, then you got to make it for what you enjoy. So be around people you enjoy, make it because you love it. Don't worry about if it's important or not because somebody else said it was. If it feels good to do, and if you feel like you're saying something, or maybe you're just saying that it's good, it feels good to do, then you know, what else can you do?
Something that you like, music, of course.
I love music.
Yeah, you love?
I hate art. I love music. Rhythm is the key. Rhythm is the key. I mean, you can do things without rhythm, but I'm trying to think what wouldn't be better with rhythm. I mean, there's all kinds of rhythms. Color vibrates in rhythm. Different colors have different rhythms. Light has different rhythms, different frequencies. You know, you hear notes and tones at different frequencies. And then we all had rhythm. That's the one thing everybody in the whole world has. Everybody. I don't care where you come from. You got rhythm because you got a heart and you grew up in a drum, a membrane that made beats, that resonated the beats of your mother's heart for 9 months, and then you came out, and as your heart started to form, y'all were playing together when you came out. So it's natural everybody loves their mama because they love rhythm.